So it took me a little longer this week to get this one out, guys, and that is purely because I had to really do some soul searching after what I saw on Sunday, and I am sure that the rest of America had to take in what they saw on Sunday, because guess what? The evil empire's back. And welcome back to the show without a name, the show that I won't name, the show that I will never name, and the show that does not. We call it the Unnamed Show, and you are here watching the show, so I will ask you to please hit that like button if you are somehow here without being subscribed. Come on, guy, subscribe, and continue to watch the Unnamed Show, the Power Ranking shows, and any and all live streams that I may or may not do in the future. I am very inconsistent with those, but ever since Tom Brady left, we've been the Bills. And this Sunday, that finally changed at the hands of Drake May and, ironically, Stefon Diggs. Drake May, quietly, if you are not from New England, if you are not a Pats fan and have not been paying attention, has been having an elite season. He has had over a 75% completion rating going into this game for the last 5 games. The only other person to do that over the first 5 games opening a season is Tom Brady in 2007, when we went so close to being perfect, but we were perfect in the regular season. We don't talk about the Super Bowl that year. We just don't talk about it. It didn't happen. But Drake May finally on a big stage, because they keep putting us at 1 o'clock, because let's be real, we have finished with the top 3 pick the last couple of years. But when we finally get the big stage against a big team, we whipped it out and showed them what we got. And what we've got is an elite quarterback, we've got an elite receiver in Stefon Diggs, and we've got a solid team all around. But the god fumbles. Before we dive into all the good things, can we talk about the fumbles? Why do we keep fumbling? What's with the fumbles? Okay, we've TreVeyon Henderson exists. TreVeyon Henderson is extremely explosive. I understand he is not an every down back. I understand that Antonio Gibson is now injured. He was not injured early on into that game. So, you know, post-injury, yes, maybe some things change. I get that you want to stick with your guy, but Ramondre Stevenson, man, he has more fumbles than touchdowns over the last 2 seasons. Probably, I don't know. I think I remember hearing something like that. Don't fact check me, but he has a lot of fumbles. Why do we keep putting him out there every single down? We got very lucky that the Bills fumbled when they did. They fumbled on a botched handoff, and then we did punch the ball out, but we got lucky there. We got 2 possessions back, and then we just gave him right back because Ramondre Stevenson had to just carry the ball every single time. So I'd like to see us get that straightened out. If we can get the fumble straightened out, we might be a serious team. So Drake May threw for 270. He had one of the most impressive performances you can have without throwing a touchdown pass. And to be fair, he had some massive plays. Most of that was getting to the red zone and then handing the rock off to Ramondre Stevenson, not TreVeyon Henderson, because, you know, if I have any money on him, gotta put it on, you know, Ramondre's back and not TreVeyon's back, because reasons. I don't know. Mike Vrabel's just really hoping that a power back and a good defense and all of these things that he had over in Tennessee go back to what it was when he had Derrick Henry. And I get that Derrick Henry's fumbling now in his 30s on the Ravens, but he was not fumbling back then. I'm not going to get stuck on the fumbles again. Point being, he played about as impressive as a game as he can without actually throwing a touchdown pass. Stefon Diggs went for $150. He looked like prime Stefon Diggs again. And it wasn't just the revenge game. The week before that, 100+ yards. And we finally are seeing this team come together. We are seeing a stout front seven. We do have more of a threatening interior defensive line. So a running back like a James Cook can, potentially get on the outside and cause some problems for us. But we've got a stout front seven. It seems like Christian Gonzalez and Carlton Davis are just destined to never be on the field at the same time. But that's okay, because Marcus Jones is playing like an absolute animal. The week before that, having the punt return and then the 90% of a punt return. From that to having massive defensive plays in this game, and then Gonzalez just making people disappear for entire games. I mean, it's like Revis Island, but with Gonzalez, there's got to be a pun there. I'm too tired to make it. Point being, we look good. I don't know where else I'm going with this, guys. If you look at the rest of the Patriots schedule, it is very conceivable that by our bye week we could be 6-2. I've gone through this schedule on stream and in videos, I don't know how many times, and I automatically counted this Bills game as a loss, and we freaking won. We fucking won. How the did we win? I mean, that was the last undefeated team. That day, we went into a Sunday where the Bills and the Eagles were both undefeated, and this will be coming out after the Giants beat the Eagles, who did play down to them. I really, really wish that Jackson Dart would have just let us have one week of being the guys that everybody was talking about, but that's okay. That's okay. We're going up against teams like the Saints. We're going up against teams like the Dolphins, and we should be able to stack up a very, very solid streak going into the bye and build momentum from there. Honestly, unless there's a major decline out of nowhere and barring injury, it would be surprising with what's going on in the AFC right now, with the Ravens out of the picture, the Bengals out of the picture, the Chiefs in trouble, who also lost in prime time. And if you watch Trevor Lawrence play and you watch Drake May play, it's two very different things. Trevor Lawrence is bizarre to watch play. He'll rip one off every once in a while, but he just looks like he's panicked and running all the time and tripping over his own feet. It's a whole thing. Drake May looks like an elite quarterback. And I believe between this defense, the coaching, the special teams, we are rolling in all three phases. We should be able to get to our bye week 6-2, 5-3, whatever it is. If we get there 6-2, we are doubling our win total from last year, and that is just freaking phenomenal. The Pats are back, baby. Pats should be in the playoffs, and the teams that we're going against, I mean, look at the projections for who's going to be in the playoffs. Who had the Pats and the Colts in there as these competitive teams? I mean, you've now got the Bills, who, when you look at their strength of schedule before this game, not to take away from what the Patriots did not have a strong strength of schedule. The Colts are going in there and murdering these teams, and Daniel Jones is looking like a first-round pick over there. Everything is upside down. It's awesome, because we were at the bottom, so if it goes upside down, we're at the top, and that's f***ing great. I mean, can you imagine if Drake May had the roster that Caleb Williams has? That Jaden Daniels has? He doesn't, and Diggs has stepped up, and we got the leadership of Vrabel. We've got the offensive mind with Josh McDaniels, but god damn, it's a good little tangent. Listen, guys, I don't have a ton to say this week. I wanted to get into how effective Drake May is. I wanted to get into how effective Stephon Diggs is. And I just wanted to preview what is coming up, because what is coming up is a 6-2 record. Don't quote me on that. Quote me on that. Do both. I don't care. We're good again. It's great time to be a Patriots fan. I will see you guys this next week. We will be doing quarterback rankings now that we have a quarterback that could justifiably get into the top 10 or somewhere near there. And we will be diving into power rankings for the first time this year. So we got some fun stuff coming up. Just wanted to check in. Just wanted to say we are back. Nothing you can do about it. Unless you're one of these top teams, we will see you soon. The 2014 AFC finalists in the Colts. It's a good time to be a Pats fan. I'm gonna go rest. I've been screaming all week about how amazing Drake May is from the rooftops. I'm a little under the weather if you couldn't tell, but had to check in, had to say it. Please like, please subscribe. We will be back for more, feeling a little better next week. We'll fix all this in post. I will see you guys soon. Much love.